Hey guys, welcome back to the live stream tonight. We're going to continue the progress on our van build proposal. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. So what we're doing is we're working on putting together a quote for a customer, and I thought since I'm working on it anyway, it'd be good to just kind of show you behind the scenes what I'm thinking when I'm going through looking for parts, updating prices and stuff like that. I did have a comment in one of the videos, or from the last video, and it was really good, so I wanted to bring it up. And by the way, bring your questions tonight into the chat. I want to answer them. If you have to, yeah, I'm curious what you guys are thinking when I'm doing this. That's pretty much why I'm doing it live. So one of these questions right here was an approximate total cost in your spreadsheet. So Vincent, he asked that question, and so I'm going to try to answer that tonight. So what I did is I went through and cleaned this up. I pretty much deleted any business stuff in here. So any customer information or business stuff, I just deleted it. So this is just now, it's kind of turned into like a teaching spreadsheet, which might be interesting for you guys that are watching. But what this is, it's just a simple spreadsheet of all the components that I put into a van build. And it's kind of like a template that I have. So it's just over the past couple of customers, this has kind of grown into a starting place for me because it gets really complicated van build wise. And what's complicated is I do custom vans, and I wanted to do, I'm still not opposed to it, but doing like a spec build, which a spec build is essentially, I build a van, it's not really built for anyone, but it has all the amenities that most people would like, and some things are kind of compromised. But what that turns into is that van gets people excited about my work because they can see the quality of the work, what components I use. But there's something that they always want to change, which makes complete sense if you're trying to build a van just for yourself. So what happens is that list gets customized and then further customized. So I need kind of a place to start from. So this is the ground up. So this form that I'm going through, you can kind of think of it as this is the starting place for the build process. And so I'm gonna start building this, and if you have any questions on how I'm making decisions on this stuff, feel free to ask. But we're gonna pick up where we left off. Anything in blue has already been, that's part of the quote. Anything that's left open is something that I haven't made a decision on yet. So like, for example, like the toilet, like I'm gonna do Trulino medium. And so I'm gonna go to Trulino toilet, and we'll just go in here. So this is the one I used in John and Susan's van. And we did the medium size. Dark gray, medium. Let's see if I can find the Evo series medium. So I'm just going to copy this. A lot of companies are using the word composting, and I think that is I think that's has turned into more of a marketing word. When you use these toilets, there's not really enough time for, this is my opinion, but there's really no time for them to compost in the sense of the word. So you're going to throw away and dispose of whatever you did in the toilet, for example. So, yeah, if that makes sense. And this Trillino toilet, the cool part about it is it has this urine diverter. And what a urine diverter is you're separating, you can extend the life of your solids area, or how much solids are being put in here. So the urine diverter is the liquid side, and because you separate it, the solids can remain dry longer, and then you can just, take that out less than opposed to each time. I think most people that are doing this in a van, if they do have to use it, I'd say each time it's probably going to be taken out and cleaned. So this composting thing, again, I think this is more for helping it be a search-related term, because basically all this is it's just a plastic box, 2 separate chambers, and a section that diverts the urine. They don't show the photos of it, but underneath here there's a jug, and the jug is separate from the basket in the back. And it's when you get it, it does feel really light, and you're wondering maybe why it's $500. The reason is it's very sleek. This lid top it's very comfortable, and it's dead simple. So yeah, and it doesn't weigh hardly anything. This one weighs 9.5 pounds, and it's easy to clean. So comes with some bags, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think it's a good, just very simple product for vans. You can use it in case of emergencies, or you can just use it regularly. But the bonus of this is you're not having to add chemicals, powders, anything like that. If you decide to use it, again, I don't really like the word composting, but if you're using it in a composting sense, that tells me that you're probably wanting to take the solids area and maybe put some like coconut husk or some type of like wood chips or something like that to cover that up and cover up the smells. That's okay, but I just want to, my opinion is you may do that 2 or 3 times, and then you're going to tie it up and throw it in the trash can. I don't think you're going to be actually taking that bag out and making compost out of it. So again, just my personal opinion on that. So if you buy this, just think about using it for emergencies and just the convenience of maybe there's not a place to stop, or you're going out into like the wilderness for a couple days and you want to have just a neat place to do this. But I like how it has fixed dimensions. It's very lightweight. And as a builder, I can build around this footprint. And when I go to design the layout, it's really easy to find out, okay, where is this thing going to fit? And then I don't have to worry about drawer slides or anything like that because the weight is very light, relatively. Okay, if you guys are just now joining, what we're doing is we are working on this proposal that I'm working on for a customer, and instead of just doing this behind the scenes and you guys not knowing about it, I thought it'd be fun to invite you to show you how I'm picking and choosing and kind of building this. One question from the channel was pretty much, can you add the approximate total cost into the spreadsheet? And so what I've done is I've taken all my business stuff away. That way we can kind of see a running parts total right here. And so down here, what you're seeing is just a basic formula that's taken into consideration a couple of things that help dial the quote in for the customer. So I started with a basic number for shipping. Let's just maybe change that to 2,000. And then we've got some taxes here. And so that kind of covers a couple of the additional costs that has to do with parts, or has nothing to do with parts, but is part of the overall cost. And then this one is this is the number we probably always want to look at. Now down here, the stuff that I deleted, this is where I would have my cost, so my labor, and I calculate that as a percentage of parts, and then if there is specific build components. So say for example, these, let's see here. Let's take the window. So for example, the window, there would be a cost associated with installing the window at a certain rate. So if you have like a window, there's a window rate, like a max fan, an AC rate, that sort of thing. And so what I do is I'll do the main quote first, and then when I'm talking to a customer, I really try to have them tell me, what is their number. I don't want them to think that number is going to influence how I change what I'm charging. I want it to be an honest number of, okay, I've saved this much up in my bank account. This is what I want to use for the van. What's the best way to use that? And so right off the top, I take that number. I take out what I think the labor is going to cost to actually get the job done. And then what we have left over is this parts number. So for today's example, let's just say that parts budget is $40,000. So that's our goal. Let's make that green so we feel good about this being our budget. And so right now I've already got about 30. And there's probably going to be let's see, where am I going to put this? I need to add something, and this is just kind of my gut telling me this information, but so fridge stack, fridge stack storage, fridge stack storage, and shower. Unit. This is a special item that my gut is telling me that we're going to put together for this customer. It's kind of like what John and Susan has, but I think what we're going to be doing is building something. Okay, what you're seeing here, this is behind the scenes of the van build course. So I'm actually going in and referencing my own course that I created. If you guys are interested in this, I just put together a DIY van building course. So if you go to Van Builder HQ and go to Camper Van Conversion Blueprint, it's under the course tab on the website. It's $50. What's nice is it's going to cover all of these modules here. And I do a bunch of lectures, they're all lectures. So if you go into it, what you'll see is these courses on the left. Intro, choosing your van, that sort of thing. And each one of these is a lecture, me going through a PowerPoint that I put together. So you got all of these different modules that you can learn from. And it's funny, I needed some information for my own course. So what I did today is I just downloaded my own PDF on this computer so I could go through and show you guys today some examples that I'm trying to reference some examples to figure out what I'm going to use. So for example, something like this is what I'm anticipating this customer is looking for, because a shower is important to them. But I'm not really sure how I'm doing the storage and stuff like that. So as I'm building the quote, I'm kind of thinking about what I'm going to put in their van. So this fridge stack shower storage unit thing, what that is if I go to wait, let me finish this. So here's the course. Here's all the modules that are included in it. Here's a link that you can click on to access it. It's a ton of information. It's all the knowledge that I have building vans the last 3 years. It's all the stuff from the shows, super high quality photos for you guys to check out. A lot of my sketches, videos to supplement. There's an exclusive video on how to actually buy a used van and what to look for. That's never been on the channel before. It's exclusive. All the lectures in here are exclusive to the course, so they're not available anywhere else, nothing online. That's when you're getting when you pay for it. The bonus that you're getting in this course is that there's a new forum on the website. And this forum, by purchasing the course, you get to come in here and ask me questions personally. I'll answer them. So if you're not enrolled in the course, you can see when I have answered them, but you won't be able to participate in the direct question asking. Now you can hop on the live stream like we're doing today, and you can ask me any question you want in the chat. I encourage that. I'll be taking those questions from the chat, also putting them in here to build these answers to a bunch of questions. So yeah, it's really exciting. And for example, here was a new builder asking for him some advice. And this question right here, we went through in a live stream, and what I'm going to do is, I haven't got back to this one yet, but tonight I'm going to be talking about some Tetravan showers and some options that I'm thinking about quoting for this customer. So I think I'll be able to get my answer for this TW Transit's question right here. Oh yeah, so they were going to send me a PDF layout, so I need to find out their email. Anyway, that's part of the course, so check that out. If you want to buy it, Campervan Conversion Course Blueprint, I'll put the link right here in the description if you guys want to check it out. Help support what I'm doing here with the channel and the blog. And don't forget, Van Builder HQ is a blog. There are tons and tons of articles that we've written addressing all kinds of aspects of DIY van building. So there's tons of stuff here. It is a blog website. You can find a bunch of information already on the site. All right, so back to the van build proposal. So this fridge shower stack, this is something that I think is going to be pretty chunky part of the project. So it's custom work. I'm just going to estimate that at about $5,000 for that. Now that is not including materials. Or that might be the materials for it. So this just kind of gives me a placeholder to think, how am I going to do this since they're looking for something like that. So now we're getting closer, and today we're just going to finish up dialing in some of the stuff on here. So we started talking about the power system, and we talked last video about doing this EcoFlow, and there is an EcoFlow and Velit rooftop ADC combo. So this thing's pretty cool. So I shopped for this the other day, and yeah, so right here, EcoFlow 5 kilowatt hour, good system. So I got that set up on the list. So let's go through a couple other power things that I think we're gonna do. So we got this these outlets. And these things are awesome. They got a fast charge USB port on them. So this is something on Amazon, and a USB type A port as well. And it has this independent on and off button. So this is a really cool product. So this one is, I think this is 1 for 15. So I'm just gonna come in here and check this out. So see, it says $18.99. It's actually 15 bucks right now. I'm gonna keep it at $18.99. And then when I order it, what I do is I order it for the customer at whatever price Amazon has it for. So see, it's $18.99, it's on sale. So if the items are still on sale, we'll buy it. If not, it'll be the higher price. Pretty simple. So we'll change this to blue because this is all good to go. I haven't laid out their power system yet, sketched it out, so I'm not going to go through the wiring just yet. This one, let's copy this and go to Amazon. Let's check out what this one's looking like. Now, if you buy an outlet like this on Amazon, this is the one, let's see. So I always get the black one because it looks cool. But if you buy this has a USB C and A. And remember, when you put it in the outlet, you're gonna have to make sure that the inverter is on for you to have this work. So what I like to do is have a combination. I like to have the thing I just showed you, plus I like to have one ran off the 110 outlet. Because if you have the inverter running all day, that's not a big deal. That's probably okay to do. It does have a little bit of a parasitic loss as you're running it just to keep it on, but if you've got good solar, good battery bank, I wouldn't really worry about it. So these, you can connect stuff to charge it as well as plugging it up. These are good to mount in the van. So I still have those available. So I usually do 2. So we'll go ahead and add that. But the ones that I really like to have in a van are these. Let's see. They're like a waterproof. Let's see. Type A and C. Let's type in water resistant. So this is a hinge lid. Huh, hold on a second. Let me go see if I can find this real quick. Okay, this thing right here, this is what it's called. It's from a company called WeBang. Floor outlet. And this is the one that I've used all the vans except Thomas's. It's a really cool outlet. Let's see if I can, let's see here. Floor outlet. So strange. Hold on. I have no idea why I can't find it. Okay, so here it is. It's 50 bucks. I usually get 2 of them. Pop-up receptacle outlet. It's not waterproof. It has little foam gaskets, water resistant, but I just like it because you can push it down into the counter when you're not using it. I just think it's excellent. So we're going to add that to right up here. Then we'll do 2. And then we'll just come over here and just drag up the formula. Bam. Go ahead. So you can see it's pretty much self-explanatory, kind of what I'm doing here. Take that out. Let's see, now what I'm thinking is I forgot that the bamboo for the back. So if we go to this, here's the bamboo backing. Okay, let me find this really quick. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So this is the bamboo backing. It's kind of like a signature thing I've started to do with vans. So on John and Susan's van, we made it a little bit more narrow right here. So that's why the Lagoon table mount and the electrical box is so tight, because I just wanted to maximize this opening right here. But the bamboo, it's really nice, but it's very expensive shipping-wise. And for this one, I don't think I have, I've got a Lagoon table bamboo. What's nice is when you make an Excel sheet like this, it's searchable as well. I've noticed I don't have bamboo. I've got the Baltic birch on here. So we're going to do the 4x8 bamboo, and this is the we got the 3/4 inch thickness. Cali, I think that's the company. The 1 sheet with shipping, 1 sheet 500. I know it sounds wild. So I'm putting that as a placeholder because sometimes what I do is I try to order a 1/2 inch and a 3/4 inch, and then what I'll do is if I can get both of them, I'll change the price and just use what I use for the customer. That's pretty straightforward. But these are all, we're getting that. yeah, so we're just kind of building away here. So we're getting closer to our number. The solar panels, they are in here, but these are probably not the ones. These are the ones that we're probably not going to use. Let's just take a little ride and go over to Flatline Vanco. Let's check out their roof rack. So the roof rack that this customer has is the High Roof Low Pro 148. And we're going to, here's that. We're going to go check out this. So this is important. Crossbar width is 58. The usable is 57.3. So the stuff that I've been using is I've been trying to get solar panels that are within that range, but I really like Rich Solar. The problem is they are geared more to like a 60-inch width. So if we go here and we're going to look at it'd be great if we could use our 200-watt panels. Now be careful when you're buying solar panels. They're now doing 24-volt offerings, so don't get confused if you're basing yours on a 12-volt setup. But see this one, we are at 58.7. If we go to this, we are 57.3. So I encourage everyone to, if you haven't already bought it, try to get like an Unaka or a AVC rig roof rack, because they are basing theirs off of a 60-inch usable dimension. So they make their dimension 60.25, so 60 1/4. And it allows you to fit this panel in, because this is a very good panel. So we can't use this, and we're not going to do a 100-watt. So let's hop on over to Renogy. Now, okay, let me. I'm not saying we can't use this. Let me catch myself really quick. So we might use this one, because what we can do is we've got 26.8, because I just realized we're not using a max fan. Okay, so let's do some math. Okay, so we've got 57.3. 57.3 divided by 2 is 28.65. Okay, we're okay. So we're going to use 2 26.8. So it's 53 minus 57.3. So 3.7 divided by 2. Okay, that gives us 1.85 inches on each side. Which you want some additional room on each side, because if they decide to do an awning later, giving them that 3 inches little gap right here makes it so much easier to install. It's impossible to install an awning of these things if you've already put the solar panels on. You'll actually have to take them off. But by doing this setup, I think it'll be good. Let's see here. So two of these 200 watts, and let's remember the 58.7. So 200 watts, let's do 2. Let's zero these out. So we still need our inline fuse holders. So we're going to keep one for the 20 and then the 10. Okay, got a little circuit breaker here. We'll put 0 on this because we're going to use the EcoFlow for that. We're going to connect that directly to the EcoFlow. All right, so let me get my little drawing pad set up. Okay. So let's get our roof rack. Okay, so let's see, so if we got 124 and these are 58.7. So let's we got 2 panels here. We got a 200 watt, a 200 watt. We do have a Vellet rooftop AC. So this is 3130, really? Is square? Huh. 3131.7. So I'm just looking on here to see if somebody's already done the homework for me.
Hopefully that'll squeeze in.
So I know I'm looking at my own video. I'm just let's see. It's the front. Okay, from this bracket, 27.2. Yeah, I don't think we'll have room. Problem is, this AC this one's 31.5, 31.5, so it's square, which is nice. But what we need to do is where this part right here is, there's an offset. So basically your 14 by 14 opening is right here. I know it's supposed to be square. This is your 14 by 14. And this comes on to Ford's support rail. So there's a support rail that you can't see right here. And then there's also another support rail coming from here. So what that does is that rail defines where you can put the AC. Now you can cut through that, but I would not recommend that because the weight of the AC unit, this one probably doesn't weigh that much. This one, 66 pounds. I think the Dometic is much, let's see here, RTX 2000. Dometic RTX 2000, weight. $70 pounds, so it's 4 pounds more. That's not that bad. So what we need to find out is this dimension. So what I do is I go ahead and I budget for these two panels and then just make a third. It's kind of getting into the weeds a little bit, you know, but it just gets us closer to, you want to get as close as you possibly can. Because, you know, I mean, if you have a savings for your van, I mean, it gets sensitive when you're working with a limited budget. It's good to stay on a budget because when you're building a van custom, you start to kind of dream and you'll start to, you know, get pretty wide with what you're thinking about doing. Yeah. So that dimension in red, that is the one that we need to figure out. 31.5. Trying to think if there's anything else we can fit. So the Velit is 31.5. The Dometic, what's the dimensions of Dometic? 860. So we need 860 millimeters. 860 millimeters to inches. 33.85. So we're 2 inches shorter on a Dometic. I mean, so this might work for us. So 57.3. minus 31.5 divided by 2. That gives us 12.9 inches. So we got 12.9. Okay, 12.9. And so Ridge Solar came out with these new panels. I don't think they're on their website. Nah, so you have to go to, this is where I kind of come into play. You got to go to explorers.life. Oops. There you go. So we went to explorers.life. We went to shop, components, solar panels. So Nate from explorers.life, he's a YouTuber, but he also has a store. He's Victron certified, all that good stuff. So he's got a store where he puts Victron components together, but he also has solar panels. So I bought John and Susan's panels from him because he's doing a collaboration with Unaka, and so they've made these right here. This 35 and 55 watt is a custom solar panel that they've made. The 35 watt just happens to be a dimension right here alongside the AC unit. So you see how we're doing this? See how this is working? So this right here. Actually, let me look at what is pneumatic cooling dimension. $31.31. Okay, it's the same. So this right here, bench test AC unit before installing, I really think a manufacturer needs to have some type of thing in place. I'm not sure why the customer is left with testing the AC unit before installing. Because that means you're going to have to set up, a fuse, a battery, a system, some wiring on a bench, and do like a benchtop startup. So, yeah, especially how much these units cost. Just my opinion. See, there's no dimensions in here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. These solar panels that we're talking about here, these ones left and right, those are this one. And we got 33 by 9.5. So these will work. 33. So we could probably add 2 of them. So in green, those were 33. The reason I like to max out the solar on these, it's just good to max out solar in general, but the other reason it's important is it's possible that we can get away with not purchasing another battery for the EcoFlow system. So this is just one 5 kilowatt hour battery. It's close to about 416 amp hours. That's about 4 100 amp hour batteries. So by doing that, we save about $2,500 that we can use somewhere else in the van. You can always upgrade later, but because this is maybe your first van, for example, John and Susan, they haven't called me up as of yet and said, hey Nick, we need more power. I think the way we designed the van, they've got all the power that they need and they're happy with that. So because they don't need any more power, we plan correctly, and now we're able to, we put that money somewhere else, basically. So we're going to go with this one. We do have, so we're not using the Max fan, so this will be interesting if, how big is the 55 watt. Okay, so 55 watt is 25 by 20, so that still won't work. Because see how the 60 comes into mind? 20, 246. So let's see if we got one more option. Let's check out this 150. So this 150 is going to be 42 by 27.6. See if we can find something a little bit wider. So one that I know works, I don't think it's available anymore, but it's this. This one does fit. The new, I forgot how to spell this. It's like new, new power solar panel. Okay, this 220, okay, good, it's available still. That's awesome. So see this one? This one took me a long time to find. It's 220 watts, and it's 56.69. So 56.69, boom, 57.3, perfect fit. The only thing we have to think about now is, let's see here, 56, so the width, 30.12. So now what we do is we just hop on over here, and we got a question mark, and let's use a different color here. So $30.12, we'll put a question mark. So the question is, if we have 30.12 inches of room, then we can put a 220 in here. This is the new. So we can have 2, 4, 6, 20. Technically, we don't need these two in the back. Well, So again, let's kind of go through my brain here. Why did I say maybe we can't use those? So let's go to EcoFlow. Power Hub Manual. And so what we need to figure out is, let's check out this. Let's find out in the manual what our max solar input is wattage-wise. And then we'll also double check the voltage. Input. Okay, so what we're looking for here is we need to, well, we're already fine. So the first PV input, we've got a maximum, we got 13 to 60 volts at 30 amps. Maximum is 1600 watts, so we're fine. If you want a video explaining how the heck all this makes sense, go to explorers.life, go to the YouTube video where it says installing 580 watts of mist-matched solar panels. He does an excellent job at the end of the video here, going through and explaining series versus parallel and how he's going to connect these. And so he basically has 3 sets of mismatched panels, and then he shows you how he's going to connect them and do the math. So down here at the back, shows you how they're connected, and then he'll actually do the math right here. So you got fuses. And then right here is like a final calculation of what the actual wattage and amperage is going to be. I reference this all the time because, I mean, there's only so much stuff you can keep in your head and write down. So I have all these little shortcuts that I go through and just sharing them with you. Because you can see how much planning goes into this. Even though there's stuff I have that's memorized, even though I have a Excel sheet that I kind of use as my cheat sheet, before I send an invoice to a customer on buying something, I need to make sure that I've got everything planned so that when I say this is kind of what my plan is, the math is already worked out. Now it's more, how much do you want to spend to make this happen? This is what's possible. Where do you want to stop at as far as spending money? Okay, so let's get out of this video. Great video. I'll put this in the chat. This is such a great video. Okay, so this is the one we need to add to the list. 220 watt. Let's copy that. Let's go back here. Let's go underneath. Let's just put this one at the top. Values 219. Okay, so we got that one. This one we're going to delete. Keep everything nice and clean. These circuit breakers, I typically use them in a non-standalone system, but I don't use these. I'm going to go ahead and take these out. I don't use these because if we're going with an EcoFlow system, which I'm 99% sure we should on this one, if we're going with the EcoFlow system, the board has a shutoff, so it will not, if there's a fault, it will not allow the system to, what am I trying to say? re-engage. Actually, I'm going to keep these in here just as a reminder. I may want to go back on that. But I found that the EcoFlow, if it's not happy, it just won't send power to the circuit and won't make the circuit made. So it's kind of like a safety precaution. We do have inline fuses for the line, but these are mainly to protect the panel at the top of the roof. This down here is really more at is protection for the distribution box from EcoFlow. Actually, sorry, you guys can't see. This is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, roof rack. They've already got a roof rack. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, let's go back up here. What are we missing? Hot water switch. Need that. Electrical box. We need that. Wall plate. That. Okay, this anchor wire, I gotta map that out. Let's go ahead and add these on there. We need okay, let's see where we're at. 36, okay, let's just keep checking this stuff out. Paint, probably gonna be painting some stuff. Let's go ahead and add that as a cost. We're gonna have a lot of hardware, but I don't know with the customer what we're gonna do yet. I don't know if we're gonna do budget-wise, I'm planning on a wood build with this, not using 80/20. I don't think it's in the budget for this build. So this will be constructed like John and Susan's, which passes my test, so passes my safety test. So Van Wife component bags, I was going to like maybe do 6 of them. I think that's a good option for them as far as additional storage. All this bungee stuff we're going to take off. Grade 8 bolts, we'll keep that in there. Okay, so as of tonight, we've kind of got this thing up to about, so this is our subtotal cost. So we're right at our budget. There's only a few things direction-wise that I would go, but I'll need to hop on a call with the customer to figure out where we want to go with that. But yeah, this is our starting point. Got a lot of these things identified in here. If you guys have any questions as far as maybe you want a more detailed approach, say, hey, Nick, just do the power system. Give me an idea what that looks like. I can do that. So just let me know in the comments what you're thinking. But yeah, let's hop on the Van Builder HQ real quick. Just to give you one last rundown. We do have the course now available, so if you want a deep dive into DIY camper van building, things to look out for, and to kind of help me guide you through the DIY van building process. Course is now available for sale, $50. Down here, you can see what is included in the course. Very in-depth, and what I talk a lot about is a lot of the lectures would go over a lot of the concepts that I think get missed. Most courses that I see, they're showing, here's a hinge, here's how to put the hinge in. In this course, I go more from the practical side of, okay, you're buying a van. How do you choose a van? Do you need four-wheel drive? Do you need it to be extended, high roof? What's the platform? What's your budget? What can you spend? Do you want to finance it as a new van? Or are you trying to go and find a used van? If you do find a used van, how do you even go about seeing if it's safe? I've got a video right here. It's an exclusive video inspecting the used van before buying it. You can watch that. This is a van that John and Susan were thinking about buying. I looked at it. We were going to take this van and then customize a couple things to fit their needs. This van had a bunch of issues wrong with it. You'll have to buy the course to find out what it is, and you'll find out what I decided to do with the direction on it. But this video, if you watch it, buying the course, you'll see, wow, there's a lot of stuff that you don't know behind the scenes under the van that is really important to look at before you buy a van. That's in the course. I go through the details of design and layout. So walking you through, what is a van? What is a good van layout? I give you 3 different options. We start with basic, an RV, and then an adventure style layout. So yeah, a lot of stuff. We even talk about off-grid power system design, sizing your power system, and there's a bunch of additional information in here if you want to look at that. Everything's nice, neat, and organized. Check it out at vanbuilderhq.com. And then if you haven't got the free cheat sheet, this free cheat sheet, you can get it right now. This is over 250 curated items. It's the last 3 years of all my Amazon purchases for the shop. So if I bought it on Amazon and it came to the shop, it is on this list. And it's just a cool way to look at parts, kind of help you get an idea of maybe what you want to put in your van as a DIYer. So feel free to check that as well. That is available right now. I'll actually drop that into this as well. And then I will drop a link to this guy. Yeah, all kinds of helpful stuff in here. Remember, there's always a blog. The blog is there. It's tons of articles and information for you guys to check out for your DIY camper van build journey. But yeah, that is it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for checking out, staying tuned. If you stayed till the end, I really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys get subscribed to the channel, give us a like, share this video to anybody that's doing their own DIY van conversion or needs some help. And I'm here during the live stream. You guys are welcome to bring your questions. After the live stream's over, put those questions in the comments. I'll be happy to jump on a live stream and answer them in the future. But that's going to do it for this live stream tonight. Again, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.